Hey everybody, so today we're in Trenton, Mississippi at the Tammy Wynette Legacy Center. So this was not a planned thing, but after my little short I did for YouTube and TikTok the other day went off, I said, well, let's go back since we're in the area. So if you're ready to see it, I'm ready to show it, so let's go. Okay, so today we will be exploring the Tammy Wynette Legacy Park. And it also says Legacy Center there, so maybe it's got two names. But anyway, that's the trip for today. So this is Tammy Wynette, born Virginia Wynette Pugh and raised on her grandparents' farm near Tremont. Tammy Wynette, that lived from 1942 to 1998, might have remained an unknown local hairdresser, but with fierce determination and a voice and resilient life story that touched millions, she built on an after-hours singing job to become one of the most acclaimed performers in country history. With 20 era-defining #1 records, she became celebrated internationally as the first lady of country music. I don't know, it is really hard to read because that sunlight is killing my eyes right now.
There's a picture here of her standing at the gate.
And you said that was at her property?
At the end of her driveway in Nashville. And that's the house she passed away in, too.
How long did she live there?
Pardon?
How long did she live there?
I'm going to say she probably lived there about 10 years.
Oh, okay.
She had lived down the road from there in a different house with George. And she lived there for about 10 years. She's lived all over Nashville. And she's lived in Florida and Mississippi, of course. She may have had homes other places. I know she was in California for a while, but this was her where she passed away. I don't think her kids lived at this house with her very long. They were already grown and starting lives of their own.
That house, that had a chandelier in it over $250,000.
Oh, wow.
Chandelier in that house was over $250,000
Yeah.
in that house.
Yeah.
I don't have that coming up.
I don't have $250,000 for a chandelier.
Yeah, really. I think we have a picture of it somewhere. And all these we have live music here every weekend. And when we have popular artists, we have a 500-seat stadium on the other side. The stage over there is built from wood from Tammy's first home after she married. It was just a little shack-like thing. But it was started falling down, and they got the wood and built the stage out of it. It looks like Tammy's birth home. Looks just like it.
Did she play all them instruments?
She played the drums and the guitar and the piano. That's the only.
That's the fellow with the guitar.
No,
What is this?
those are all have been donated.
Oh, okay.
Some of them by famous people. That one there by the TV there is one of George Jones's members of his band. They donated the guitar to Larry, our CEO. All of them been donated from somebody. And that one there has signatures, everybody on it.
Was that her piano? Was that her piano?
No, that's Frankie Wallace's piano, but it's in here for anybody to. If y'all know how to play any of them, you can pull them off the wall and play them.
We don't know how.
I don't either. I can't carry a tune on a bucket. This one here is signed too. A lot of those people play in some of the bars on Nashville Road.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all don't care, would you sign your names and register here?
All right, we can do that.
This is Tammy's dress that she wore at her daughter Georgette's wedding. And of course, got a picture of it too.
She was named after her father, George.
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw a video the other day on YouTube where she was singing. Was it here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I think she was singing her mama's song.
Yeah.
Stand by your man.
When we got the 500-seat concert theater built on the other side,
Mm-hmm.
she came and opened it for us.
Oh, okay.
We had standing room only. We filled up the 500 seats and brought out another 100, and still people were standing. It was just a fun night.
Mm-hmm.
She got a
I know she did a really good job in it.
Riviera.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 72 Riviera.
Mm-hmm. 82. 82.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mom loves cars.
This is one of her favorite cars. A woman that lived in Georgia, named Jan Peters. She donated this car and the gates.
Sometimes you can tell by the front and the back what year they are.
Yeah, yeah. Now my mother never drove anything but a Buick. And she had one sort of like this one, except it wasn't.
I had a 78 GT Fairlane,
Yeah,
and it was about that color.
yeah.
It was white and it had burgundy interior.
Wow. This is Tammy. She drove Georgette in her homecoming parade.
Okay.
This is her christening outfit. This is the home she was born and raised in. She was raised by her grandparents because her father, he died when she was 9 months old.
Okay.
He had a tumor on the brain, and back then they couldn't do nothing with that. He told Mildred to encourage her to be musically inclined. All her music stuff came from his side of the family.
Mm-hmm. So she picked up her name and added Tammy Wynette to it, right?
Well, she didn't change her name till her real name is Virginia. Virginia Wynette Pugh. That's her real name. Okay, when she got famous, her record producer, Billy Shrill, he said she'd never make it with her last name is Pugh or Bird, which is her married name when she got married the first time. So he thought she looked like a Tammy from, remember those movies? Tammy, Tell Me True. Debbie Reynolds played Tammy, and they made
I think I've seen some of those.
movies.
Yeah.
Well, that's where he got the name Tammy. So he said, we're going to call you Tammy Wynette and drop the last names. So that's how she got the name. But her mother had to go to Memphis to work, and she wanted to stay with her grandparents, so they raised her. She did go and stay with Mildred for a little while, but she just, she heard that her number, she loved basketball, and she heard that her number was going to be given away to somebody else. So she came back home to her grandparents so she could get her number back, and stayed with her, just stayed.
Yeah. I know. Who's the man in the picture?
That is her very last husband. And they called him Richie. His last name was Richards, or was it Richards?
Richie.
His last
George
name.
Richie was his name.
Richie?
You're one and done.
All of this stuff came out of her home, her birth home. And she did pick a little cotton, but she didn't have to. She let on to everybody that she was poor, but actually in those days,
Everybody picked cotton.
yeah, everybody picked cotton. Her family was pretty wealthy because her grandpa had a 600-acre working farm, and he paid people to work it for him.
Mm-hmm.
And when Tammy got old enough to get her driver's license, he bought her a car. That's when Tammy became real famous in Tremont. Everybody, wanted to be with Tammy or know her. Then she's got some awards here that she's gotten through the years, and some of them she got after she passed away. And she got a Grammy 2 years ago. And her daughter's in possession of the Grammy right now. She did have it down here for a while. This piano and the guitar is her father's.
There's your song. Stand by your
Mhm.
man.
Yeah. She learned to play on this thing.
Okay. That's interesting.
She used to hang out at the store that was pretty close to her house, and this came out of it. And all this is her school stuff. She had a slumber party. That picture, she had a slumber party from all her kids at school. And this picture, that's Tammy right there. Don't look like her at all.
No, it don't.
She don't look like Tammy until she puts that blonde in her hair.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't she a hairdresser at one time?
Yes, she was. She went. They wouldn't let her graduate high school because she'd run off and got married. And back then you couldn't be
No, you
married
couldn't
and
be
go
married.
to school. So her mother paid for her to go to beauty college, and this is her stuff she used. There's her school.
That's just
number.
like whenever I was growing up. In our senior year, we had 2 girls that got married and kept it a secret, but they graduated.
Yeah, that's the only way they could have.
That's the only way they graduated.
Mm-hmm. And she kept her beauty license up until the day she died.
Okay.
I know they say you have to work hard for that. So.
Yeah. She said she was never gonna she wasn't gonna depend on anybody else to take care of her. This is her first marriage license. This is from when she was married to Youthful Bird. Her first 3 children are by him.
How many kids she have altogether?
She's got 4 girls.
4 girls.
3 by him and 1 by George Jones. These are some of the local stuff she's done. She's come back and she's helped with the gym in Red Bay School and the gym here in Tremont. And she also helped build a building for some classes at Tremont.
Mm-hmm.
She came back pretty regular until she died. And she died at 55.
That's young.
That is
Yeah.
young. And she done all this by the time she was 55.
Mm-hmm.
And was in the process of doing a lot more. Did you know that she was the voice of Homer Simpson's mother?
I did not.
Well, she was.
Well, that's interesting to know.
Yeah.
And that show's been on a long time.
Yeah, she's been, before she died, she had started doing like TV shows, and she was fixing to do some game shows, and you know, she had more songs, and she was doing different genres of music.
And you know, you kind of have to stay relevant.
In these dresses. How in the world can she get in there? Looks bigger on TV.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta get this now. This is her marriage license to George Jones.
Oh, yeah. And how long were they married?
They were married 8 years.
8 years.
I think they loved each other till they both died. But they couldn't live together. She was hooked on pain pills and he was an alcoholic. And that right there wasn't a good combination.
Yeah, it's a bad combination.
Yeah. He shot at her before.
Oh, there's another picture of her at her gate right there.
Yeah. It's dark in this corner.
It is.
They should move these lights around. This is the last husband.
Last husband.
Yeah, she's at the gate at all of these. Now her bus is coming through the gate. I can't keep my britches up today. I'm gonna have to get me some suspenders.
I'll be that way myself sometimes, depending on what I'm wearing.
These were in her home in Nashville, and she was upgrading. She gave all this to a friend here in Tremont, and when they upgraded, they put it here. And these are her books. Tammy's daughter Georgette wrote this one, and the last new movie that came out on Showtime, I believe it was. You see it on Hulu now. Is it George and Tammy? That's the name of it, and it's by this book. And no, it's not this book. It's this book. The Three of Us. Georgette wrote it. And Georgette, in the last of the movie, she does a cameo. This one was written by her oldest sister, Jackie. And has some very interesting things to say in it.
So it's a must read for a fan.
Yeah. She don't leave a lot out. And she has a mouth for it. It's Tammy's cookbook, but we can't get it because it's out of print. But Tammy, if you'll follow her on Facebook, every month she'll post a recipe out of it.
And
There's some good
that
recipes.
also was a very popular song.
Oh yeah, that was one of her number ones.
I know I tell them all the time at work that I'm divorcing them, and then I spell it out. So
Yeah. Don't we still have cups that say that?
Yep.
We used to have sell coffee, and one of the brands of the coffee was Divorce.
divorce.
And it said it was cold and bitter. Yeah.
Whenever they get on my nerves, I tell them I'm divorcing you. Divorce.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, not a divorce. I'm like, yep.
It's an interesting quilt.
Yep.
This is all the well, there's more on that need to be on there, but this, I guess she didn't want to make a bigger quilt. But these are people that are famous from Mississippi. Tammy, Elvis,
Charlie Pride.
yeah, Charlie Pride, Oprah Winfrey, MC Clemens, John Lee Hooker. There's a bunch of them.
That's pretty. That was made in 2013.
By this lady.
It takes a lot of patience to do
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Put it together.
So how long has this place been open?
Since 2017 by this CEO.
Mm-hmm.
It opened earlier than that, but COVID showed his grisly face.
Yeah.
Shut us down for a long time. And then when it finally opened up again, we've been
Mm-hmm.
gaining. We keep getting new stuff and
But see, all the YouTubers, they
jacket is Charlie Carter and below Rick Merle as the okay. This is Rick Merle. This is Charlie Carter. You want to see? There's some of her,
Posters.
yeah, her posters. That's all her children. And see, this one, and this one is by her first husband.
Mm-hmm.
This is the other one that wrote the book. That's Georgette. George had 3 boys. I think it was 3 boys. Sometimes you'll see pictures of boys in there, and that's who they are. George's.
So she liked to cook.
She loved
Are
to
they-
cook.
these are his boys, or what?
That's her band.
Okay.
She loved to cook. She was cooking all the time and taking people food. She just loved that part of the Southern life.
Well, that's just like Dolly Parton.
Yeah,
Another
she
thing
does the same thing.
She cooks too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I read a thing over there about the biscuits and gravy and then mixing up Kool-Aid, and then I saw her with the
Yeah.
food there. So I figured she must have liked to cook.
So this was grandparents.
Grandparents and her. No, that's Carolyn. Carolyn is her mother's sister, and she was raised up with her, and they were raised up like sisters. So sometimes I'd call her aunt, sometimes I'd call her sister. I get so confused with it sometimes. But her, this one's husband is the only one left.
I'm gonna guess this was here
Yeah.
because I saw a sign that said Indians on our way
Yeah.
in.
That was Fulton.
Yeah, because that was on the water tower on our way in.
Yeah. She just don't look right without blonde hair. I can't stand her without the blonde hair.
But Donald, there's pictures of him.
Now that's a local man, and he still comes here.
So it was whenever they had Mr. and Mary's Tremont High. So she went by Wynette Pugh there. And that was her during her school days. Yeah, they can have some major productions in here.
Elvis is going to be in the building Saturday night at 6 o'clock. He'll be right in here.
Oh, we'll be back in South Carolina.
Have you seen the movie about that Elvis thing that come up, that Tupelo?
I saw the one that came out a couple of years ago.
Deal. Some kid over there trying when she first married Duplo Bird. And they was going to have to tear it down. That's all they had left of it. So Larry went and got the boards and built the stage to look just like her home.
Well, that's good, because at least it gets to live on.
Yeah.
That's how I look at things, because if you destroy everything, nobody can't enjoy it. But as long as somebody takes and does something with it, it gets to live on.
That's one thing that should be kept and open to the public always.
That's like even houses, if you don't go in them, they die. It is pretty.
She put that symbol on everything of hers. That treble clef.
It's very pretty.
Y'all have all these trees lit up Y'all have all these trees in here lit up at night?
We do on certain bands.
Okay.
And certain bands and groups bring their own lighting.
Okay.
But we'll do the trees and stuff for certain other bands. He bases out of this building, the Mississippi School of Music, which is kids from 5 years old to 19 years old. And they go through this and they play every instrument on that stage back there. By the time he's done with them, they can play music and they can sing, and they have some talent. We've got a 16-year-old that's in his group now that's been playing a fiddle since she was 4 years old.
Oh, wow.
She's good too. These rooms are recording studios. I can't get in them, or I'd show them to you, but that's what they are. You can come down here and record your own music if you'd like. I have no idea about what the charge is, though. You remember when we had velvet pictures on the wall? You remember that?
The hotel where we stayed.
Oh, it was covered.
All covered.
They had a lot of paintings back then on black.
Just follow the stairway in apartment number 9. Loneliness surrounds me without your arms around me, and the sun will never shine in apartment number 9. No, the sun will never shine in apartment number 9. Becomes final today. Me and little J.O.B. will be going away. I love you both, and this will be pure H-E-double-L.
Okay, so up here we got the DIVORCE. I tell my coworkers all the time I'm divorcing them. Then I spell it out for them. So now they'll know where I get that from. And this over here was the table that was in her home. And it says right here, this purple dress was once owned by country music legend Tammy Wynette. The images of Tammy and George Jones here were made at the Johnny Cash show filmed in the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee. Tammy then passed it down to her backup singer, Paula Poe Murrell. The dress remained in her possession until donated to the Red Bay Museum in June of 2014. I believe Tammy would be happy to know that a part of her had returned back home again for fans and local citizens to enjoy. Her music and memory will live on forever in our hearts. I messed that up a little bit anyway. And that was out of her house too. And it says countless articles have been written about Wynette's love of cooking and entertaining. And this dining room set was once a part of Wynette's Nashville home. When it came time for her to upgrade, Wynette gave the opportunity for someone from her hometown to own the set. Through the Rogers family, the set's new home would be in Tremont Methodist Charge Preacher's home, where multiple ministers used the set through the years. At the end of 2019, it was no longer needed by the Methodist Charge and was graciously allowed to be part of Wynette's home life display. That's her signature there. She would put, I love you and love ya. And it says, in memory of Virginia Wynette Pugh, Tammy Wynette, country music's first lady, lived from 1942 to 1998. There is a song in my heads. Might be said hearts. Yeah, hearts. The class of 1960. And that was her and George Jones' marriage license. And they got married the 25th day of February 1969 in Ringgold, Georgia. Interesting. And that's a record, an 8-track, cassette, CD, and now a cell phone. So that shows the different ways you could listen to her music. And a license plate for that says T. Wynette. And this says, this dress was worn by Tammy Wynette on stage in England in the 1980s. The dress was given to Brenda Jackson Hall, who was the wife of Tammy's cousin Jimmy Hall of Red Bay, Alabama. The dress is on loan to the Tammy Wynette Legacy Center from the Red Bay Museum in Red Bay, Alabama. And that says, this dress was worn by Wynette during the opening act of the Country Music Association's 25th anniversary celebration at Constitution Hall in 1983. Wynette performed on stage with Tennessee Ernie Ford, Alabama, the Oak Ridge Boys, Roy Acuff, Charlie Pride, and a host of other performers. President Ronald Reagan welcomed the CMA to Constitution Hall and watched with his wife Nancy and Vice President George Bush. And this says she had a grave controversy. In March 2012, Wynette's stepdaughter, Deidre Richardson Hale, changed the name on the crypt to Virginia Wynette Richardson. Wynette's given name was Virginia Wynette Pugh. Her husband at the time of her death was George Ritchie, whose birth name was Richardson. In March of 2014, after an effort by her biological children, the name Tammy Wynette was returned to the resting place. And it says, final earthly resting place. Tammy's body rests in the Woodlawn Cross Mausoleum at Woodlawn Memorial Park Cemetery in Nashville. The same cemetery is also the resting place of many other country music stars, including Jerry Reed, Marty Robbins, Eddie Arnold, and her former husband, George Jones. The photo collage to the left was created from pictures taken of her crypt during a visit by the Dodds in the spring of 2017. And it says these images were made in Fulton, Mississippi at a parade for Tammy Wynette. And that was at a concert in April of 1978. Yeah, she was a very beautiful woman. And it says that right there was a seat from Tammy Wynette's private airplane. And hairdresser. The idea of getting paid to sing, making a career out of it, was only a fantasy. To me, a career meant getting my state beautician's license. That was my security because I knew as long as I had it, I could always get a job. Wynette kept her beautician's license well into her singing career, thinking if it ends tomorrow, I can always go back to doing hair. That's a good thing to do. And that says Marion Young. Marriage meant escape, and the idea became more attractive to me at the time. Several of my friends had married by then, and I began daydreaming about meeting someone, falling in love, getting married, and of course, living happily ever after. At the age of 17, and in a moment of rebellion against her mother, Wynette married Upal Bird, who she had been dating about 10 months. Jobs outside of farming were scarce in Itawamba County, so Upal and Wynette moved from place to place in search of a steady job. To Wynette, the reality and responsibility of marriage did not live up to the daydream she had. And I saw this a while ago. This was her yearbook picture, and that was her number at school there. And her love of basketball was second only to music. Trophies. And it says display was once a part of O.O. Ott Collier's store, located on Highway 23, a few miles north of the farm where Wynette was raised. The store was owned and operated by Otis and Robbie Kohler. From 1948 to 1984, Wynette and her family were frequent patrons of the store and friends with the Colliers, along with hundreds of other Tremont area residents who have fond memories of the Ott Collier store. And that is on loan as well. So the guitar right there, it says, from childhood into her early teens when visiting the Lees, Wynette would either sit in a rocking chair beside the fireplace or on the front porch in an old car seat and sing and strum on the guitar. And of course, that's the lyrics of the world famous song right there, Stand By Your Man. That's some pretty old quilts there. And it says, the making of handmade quilts or quilting was quite common in Wynette's years near Tremont. What we buy without a thought today had to be produced at home in those times. Quilts, which provided warmth on cold winter nights, were made by sewing together available fabric or scraps of old clothing, so the making of a quilt was within reach of almost any family, no matter the financial circumstances. Quilting was also somewhat of a social activity, as several ladies would gather together to make a quilt for a member of the community. These quilts were called friendship quilts, and makers would often write or stitch their names into the quilts. And you see that one right there, it does have that. That's some old school desk there. I never sat in one like that. And that's the cannon right there. And it says never rich. We were never rich, but we always had plenty to eat, and Mother made sure I had nice clothes. We didn't miss luxuries because we had never had them, and we didn't know anyone else who did. And even though I hated it at the time, I believe the fact that we all had to work to contribute our share to the family's well-being gave me a sense of pride and accomplishment a lot of young people don't have today. Well, that's even true today now. And this over here, it says this dress from the Lily Rubin dress shop in Nashville, Tennessee, was worn by Tammy Wynette while on tour in Galway, Ireland in 1991. She is shown with Daniel O'Donnell, a well-known Irish singer, above on the right, and with fan Kathleen Cahill from Dublin, Ireland, above on the left. The dress was given to Tammy's daughter, Georgette Jones, who donated it to the Red Bay Museum in Red Bay, Alabama, and is on loan to the Tammy Wynette Legacy Center. Good picture of that car right there. And this says, this 1982 Buick Riviera car belonged to Tammy Wynette. She is shown with car along with her daughter, Georgette Jones, when she was in the homecoming court in Jupiter, Florida in 1983. The car is on loan to the Tammy Wynette Legacy Center from Laura Peters. And that says, this dress was worn by Tammy Wynette at her daughter Georgette Jones' wedding in Red Bay, Alabama in 1990. The dress was purchased at Lily Rubin's, a dress shop in Nashville, Tennessee, and was given to Dawn Jetton, wife of Curie Jetton, Tammy's first cousin. It was first displayed at the Red Bay Museum in Red Bay, Alabama, and is now on loan to the Tammy Wynette Legacy Center in Tremont, Mississippi. So you can scan that QR code on the guitar, and you can keep up with them on Facebook.
Luckily, I saw this video and called straight away to claim my $900 food credit for 2025. It came within 2 days, and it's been an absolute lifesaver.
If you haven't played this show, call 1-833-335-2475 right now to speak with a licensed agent who can help you claim your card. That number again is 1-833-335-2475. Remember, this card can be used to buy groceries.
If you're interested in coming, the museum hours are Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to 4, and it's closed on Sunday and Monday. Oh my God, I love this one right here. This says, sometimes it's hard to be a woman. That is so true. Like this one, it says, because I'll never know what's beyond the mountains till I reach the other side. That is so pretty. That's the building right there. Super nice people in there. They gave us a tour and everything. It was free. Very, very nice. I would stop here again if I was in the area. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and wrap up the video for the Tammy Wynette Legacy Center. It was worth the stop. I am so glad that we came back. It was really nice. So, since I kept mentioning that, I love to tell my people I work with, I'm divorcing them all the time. I got me a thing that says divorce, D-I-V-O-R-C-E, because I love to spell it out. Oh, I never got married. But anyway, it's a mirror. So, super cool. Because you always need to look at yourself to make sure that you're presentable. And then, did I already say it was free to visit in there? I don't know if I did or didn't. But I do like to support places that have free admission. So, of course, I had to buy a t-shirt. So we got, on the front it says Tammy Wynette Legacy Center. It's got Tremont, Mississippi on it. And then on the back, it says, from humble beginnings, the house that built Tammy. Look how pretty that is. Is that or is that not pretty? So how'd you enjoy your visit here,
It was
Mom?
good.
Yep. Lots of information. We had a guided tour to begin with. One of the people that worked in there, she took us on a tour. I thoroughly enjoyed it, so thank you so much for doing that for us, because you told us more than we would have ever known. So if you're ever in Tremont, Mississippi, which is as soon as you get into Mississippi from Alabama, definitely come by here and stop. We enjoyed our visit. You enjoyed yours too, right? Yeah. Yep. So that's it for this one. We shall see you somewhere else. So toodaloo. And please subscribe. Yes. So bye. Before we go, we will go into Red Bay, Alabama, because that's where she also spent her time. So if you look on Wikipedia, it says that she considered both states her home. Red Bay, Alabama, and Tremont, Mississippi. Crossing back into Alabama. That does say Tammy Wynette Highway. Look at that. With the Ace department store inside. Ace hardware store. We're in Red Bay, Alabama. I do believe I have already said that, but I shall say it again. This is where Tammy Wynette grew up.
Look at that mural.
That mural is pretty. I bet she does pretty at nighttime. Look at those murals.
Look at that.
Oh my God, look at the train. Trains, I should say. That's Hotel Red Bay. This is just bonus footage right now. Anybody still watching? It's 87. Got some kind of big manufacturing thing over there.